to another week of FPP, everyone. We are so excited to have Jenna Strickland here with us from this week's FPP HLB Gross Collins. And we also have our BAP president here to help me with the interview. So I'm going to start it off by handing it over to Jenna and let her introduce herself, her firm, and then we're going to get started with some questions.
Hey guys, I'm so happy to be here with the Auburn Beta Alpha Psi this week. I am Jenna Strickland. I'm an audit manager at HLB Gross Collins. We are a local firm in Atlanta, Georgia. We have about 85 people and we serve clients all up and down the East Coast and really all over the world, which is something we're going to talk about a little bit more today. But I've been with the firm about 8 years. I'm an Auburn graduate, so I'm happy to be back here with you guys. So War Eagle.
War Eagle.
War Eagle. So HLB's tagline, local in touch and global in reach. I love it. It sounds great. Could you tell us a little bit how this impacts the way that you serve clients as well as, how you attract clients?
Yeah, sure. So the local in touch, global in reach really does kind of define who we are as a firm. Like I mentioned in the intro, we are a local firm. Our main office, or our only office, is in Atlanta, Georgia, but we do serve clients worldwide. So you asked specifically how we serve the clients with that tagline, and I think really the local part of it is we have our local team. We're a close-knit family. Everyone knows each other really well, and I think that really helps us to service our clients because our teams are small, we work with the clients very closely. So that's kind of like the local and touch part of it. And then the global and reach with our affiliation with the HLB network, that's kind of gives us a worldwide reach. So we have so many international clients, and despite the smaller office feel and the family feel, which is our local side, we really do touch clients all across the globe. I think I myself am not super involved in the international work, but even with that, I've worked with clients in Germany, Denmark, Sweden, Mexico, Canada, Hong Kong, all over. So even though I'm not specialized in international, just because we are so heavily focused in that, I've still touched clients all over and gotten to do that. And I think it's really attractive to people too, especially now. I think business is more and more global, as we're all seeing. So when we can kind of market that side of the firm to a new client or even a client that's looking to expand, it really does give us a different look and helps us stand out from competitors because we do have such a specialization in international work.
Absolutely. That sounds super appealing, going through the recruiting process, getting, to keep that family feel that we like to have here in Auburn and also get to touch so many different places across the globe. That's really cool. So that kind of leads into our next question. You touched on this a bit, but maybe you could expand on what kind of specific resources do you have at the firm to go along with that global and reach that, help you reach all of those clients in all of those different countries that you mentioned?
Yeah, so we have a ton of resources at the firm that are tied to the HLB network, which is another way that kind of helps us stand out from a mid-market firm. The main sources of that is really, we're very tied in. There's like HLB North America that we're kind of on a first name basis with everyone in this group. And we have like audit specialty, tax specialty, marketing, like basically every branch of the firm kind of has like a group that they're tied into with HLB North America. So we can get tons of research there, questions, materials, just there's monthly meetings, there used to be a conference. Hopefully this year there will be again, but that's kind of on the North America side. And then there's also a global HLB conference every year that several of our partners attend, and just kind of, it's a way to network, meet different people, get background. So as we're working on all these international clients, like this week I was doing something in Canada and I needed to know a certain specific about a Canadian tax law. So we can just reach out to our affiliate there in Canada and ask that question and get an answer back within 24 hours. So it just kind of gives you that additional resource to give you that in-depth knowledge that maybe you might not know about a country that we're working with a client in, but we may not be experts in ourselves, but we can kind of call up our experts and get those answers. So that's kind of the resources. it's definitely more at the partner, like manager and partner level. Some people will ask like, oh, if I'm, if I come work at Gross Collins, will I get to travel internationally? Not necessarily in the beginning. And obviously right now kind of all travels off anyways, but you do really get to meet a lot of people. And like, I really didn't think going into this size firm that I would get to work with people in all these different countries and learn all these different cultures, but I really have. So it's just kind of it's a little bit different, but it gives you that exposure, and there are the additional resources when you need a little backup.
It sounds like partners and managers have all the fun traveling to international places, but as far as new hires and interns, how do they get to experience the local touch and global in reach with their time at the firm?
Yeah, so I'd love to speak to that more because I know that's probably what the students are most interested in is kind of how is this going to affect them if they choose to come start their career at Gross Collins. So with the local in touch, it's definitely like I mentioned how we service the clients. It's that team feel, the family feel. I know it's so cliche and a lot of firms say that, but I really think that Gross Collins truly has that feel. Everyone knows everyone. We're kind of like a small town, just like Auburn. I mean, sometimes everyone knows everyone too much. There can be a little small town drama sometimes, but it's good. And I really love that feeling of, your team has your back, everyone knows you well. It truly is a supportive team. So that's kind of the local in touch of how that would kind of affect students or new hires, is that you really get brought into that team environment and get to see that. I think on the other side of that, because of how we work that way, you're also going to get a lot of exposure, not only within the firm to to partners, and being able, like, all the partners will know your name really quickly. They'll work with you on you and a partner will work together sometimes, which can be a really good learning opportunity, kind of help you stand out at the firm and get noticed quickly, which I think is awesome. And on top of that, you also get to speak to controllers and CFOs really early in your career. So you get exposure to C-suite type people, you get exposure to owners really early on. I think probably within like my first month of working there, I was emailing CFOs and talking to owners. So you don't really get held back by maybe some of the like structure that a larger firm might have. Because we work in those close-knit teams, we want the whole team to really be a part of the communication, and you get to do that early on. So I think that's really cool, and you can learn a lot. I love talking to clients, and I love hearing, especially owners and people that have maybe founded their own business and grown it over a long period of time. I think it's just fascinating to be able to talk to those people, especially early in your career, and have them really respect you and treat you as part of the team. I think most of our clients enjoy speaking to the new people. They like when we bring interns, they get excited to meet, new staff. And it's not one of those places that's like, oh, I only want to talk to a manager. They really welcome you into the team, which I think is really cool when you're just starting out. So that's kind of my local side of how it would affect new hires and interns. For the global and reach, you really do get to see so many kinds of clients and work on so many things. I think it also allows us to compete with firms that are a lot bigger than us. I've worked with PwC on projects. I've worked with Ernst & Young on projects. I've worked with RSM on projects. So because of that global reach, we really do have bigger type clients, more complex clients, and you kind of get to do things that you wouldn't normally get to do at a firm this size, as well as, I just think it's interesting working in all those different countries, and kind of, it's funny when you have a call with someone in Asia, because it might be, 8 o'clock in the morning here and it's 8 o'clock at night there. And it's just kind of, it adds something to it and it's fun. So I think that's probably the global part, is you just get to work on more complex, challenging clients, see some different cultures, see different things. We speak, I think it's 17 languages at the firm. So amongst like 85 people, that's a lot of languages. So it's just cool to kind of like get exposed to that. And when I was in class and they would talk about IFRS, I totally blew it off and was like, that's not something I need to know. But it's something I use all the time now. So it's just kind of cool to really see all that global accounting. And like, I didn't know that there was all different kinds of GAAP. Like there's US GAAP and there's IFRS. That's what they teach us in school. But there's also like German GAAP and Austrian GAAP and like all these different things. So it's really just seeing and learning a lot that I think the global part of what new hires and interns get to see.
That's awesome. That sounds like some really great experience, getting the best of both worlds, right from the beginning, even just through your 4-month internship.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I think that is all of the questions that we have. I know our students are going to be really excited to hear about this and be in contact with the firm soon.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and please reach out if you have more questions. We love to have Auburn students in our internship program, our SLP and full-time. So we hope to be back on campus soon and seeing y'all in person, but we enjoy connecting like this while we can. So
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us.
yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome. War Eagle.
War Eagle.